course, I left them on my desk. So don't ask me hard questions. And keep in mind, I'm new in the industry, so.
You're also live. we're on the air.
Hey!
Oh, good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day in the park. We're hanging out and just had the most delicious breakfast. Neil and his wife have been here cooking for us the whole time, which also is not true to homelessness. You don't get a catered meal. You're lucky to have one. And so we're really grateful to them for taking care of us while we're out here in the park. I'm with Sherry Bellish, and Sherry, I always say, is one of the best friends a homeless kid in Pennsylvania, General Carlisle, ever had. And now you're working with people and young people, making sure they get the medicine and the health care that they need. So, same demographic, another set of needs. Tell us about your new the new work you're doing, Sherry.
Sure. So first of all, thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about it. I work at a community checkup center in Harrisburg, and it's in one of the most impoverished areas in Harrisburg. Our population of people are very underserved. Most of them are on Medicaid. A lot of them do not have any insurance at all, believe it or not. They still don't have, even kids don't have insurance. And people are like, well, what about our laws? Why don't kids have insurance? Well, some of them are not yet documented, so they're not eligible for insurance. So we offer services, pediatric services, as well as women's health care services. But to the kids, getting vaccinated and getting well checks and physicals are very, very important, no matter what your status is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And certainly these kids, the federal law or the judges just said you have to start accepting DACA recipients again. They have to be the children who came here, just because they go with their families went. You have to start allowing them to be in there. But this really is a good point to make. When everybody says, oh, well, all my tax money goes to undocumented or what they like to call illegals. It's just not true. They don't have benefits. So they struggle, and they struggle with healthcare issues. So coming up, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time to discuss this, and we want to revisit it. We're going to post things on the Facebook page so that you can find out more about it. But when I heard what Sherry was doing, I said, wow, we got to get this out, and then I want to get involved. You're doing a campaign to pay to vaccinate children. And there was a recent study that said for every child that may die of COVID, which would be a tragedy, if children go unvaccinated, 84 children, something like that, will die because they didn't get their polio, measles, mumps, rubella vaccines. So you're raising money to get these kids vaccinated. So tell us about that.
So 50% of our population dropped down when COVID happened. And so also that coincides with 50%, the whole nation. There was a report out that the vaccination rates dropped the same amount, 50%. So there's 50% of the kids out there that aren't getting vaccinated. So we're doing a virtual spaghetti dinner. Every year we have a spaghetti dinner, but this year we can't because of COVID. So we're doing it virtual. So we're inviting people to come onto our Zoom event. And if they pay $100 to get in, we will feed a family also. So we're trying to make sure, our goal is to have 500 kids vaccinated by the time school comes around or the end of the year. And then
I love this because, excuse me, people are staying out of the doctor's offices because they're afraid they'll catch COVID.
Yes.
So this is a way to say, well, not only are we being very careful not to spread COVID because we're scientists, but when you bring your child in for the vaccination, which is free, we're also going to give you the fixings for your entire family to have a spaghetti dinner. Yep. So they leave with a vaccinated child and food, their dinner. And right. Pretty wonderful.
Yep.
So how about if I don't have time for the Zoom meeting, or I am a big eater and I can't stand the thought of watching someone eat when I'm not eating too? How do I chip in my $100 or my $25? Or can I do that and not be part of the Zoom thing?
Absolutely. You just go to our website or our Facebook page, and there's a button there to donate, and
Okay.
it'll go right to the appropriate area.
Right. And what's the website again?
It is www.communitycheckupcenter.org.
communitycheckupcenter.org, and
Yep.
then also Community Checkup Center on Facebook. And we'll put a link to all that on the Charles Bruce Foundation Facebook page.
Wonderful.
So if anyone's watching this, they can find it.
Wonderful.
Sherry,
Thank you.
sorry to do the early morning rush. Thanks for being
That's
our
okay.
first early morning interview. And we'll be in touch, and we'll get you that 500.
Okay. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of this event.
Thank you.
See
All
you
right,
later.
we're going to be back in just a couple of minutes, and we're going to have some more coffee. I mean, that's it.